All good. Good stuff, man. I know you booked a call at possibly seeing if we could help you with getting some like more advanced sales training, right?
Yeah,
That's fair. And what's causing you to want to look into some training?
I think I could do better.
Mm. I guess that's typically where people come to us. What have you seen in your conversations that caused you to feel like you could even do better in the first place?
Well, I think that we do landscape lighting, and I'm really good at doing lighting design. But I think that some people, they'll go and say, "Well, let me think it over. I got to talk to my wife, my veterinarian, my third grade teacher, and on
Yeah.
it goes." And so then you end up with a definite maybe. And as you know, time kills deals, and it just kind of fades away. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking sometimes that, if I were a little bit better, then they would have come on board. So
How
I
long have you been doing this for?
um, I've been doing outdoor lighting since for about 20 years.
20 years. So the new guy, right? As they say.
Yeah.
Well, and I appreciate you jumping on the call and being like you've been in the industry for 20 years and obviously your experience and you're still looking for help. Because I guess like we all know those salespeople who are like kind of veterans in their industry, but never look to continuously improve. Well, what do you feel like typically happens to those people?
Well, I think that um, they just kind of stay about where they're at.
Yeah. And where do they typically end up?
Well, they may end up working for somebody else because things aren't going very well for themselves.
Right. So I guess for you, like why is it so important for you not to be like one of them?
Well, I just want to. I get frustrated when I see that our sales growth just isn't all that as robust as I'd like it to be because not only do I sell, but I own the company. So we're just a small
Okay.
company.
Got it. That makes sense. So have you gone out there and invested in like more advanced sales training in the past, or is this something that you've only looked into like recently?
Well, I've done some Sandler training in the past.
Sure. Okay. How did that go for you?
Well, I think it was helpful. But I think is what Jeremy would say, I'm a dabbler,
Yeah.
but I would certainly not count myself as a master.
What do you feel like for you prevented you from like becoming someone who's committed to mastery earlier?
Um, I think because either you think that eventually things will get better,
Yeah.
but without making any changes, they don't.
Yeah.
I think also that within 3 years, I want to sell my business and I'm trying to get my numbers a little stronger. So it's
Yeah.
more attractive for a buyer.
Makes sense. So the one thing I'd say, because that way of thinking where you've kind of not been committed to mastery, you've kind of let things just slide. Where did that lead us in the past couple of years?
Well, we keep doing about the same we've been doing for the last long time.
Yeah. So the only reason I say this is because the only issue is that if we continue to have that way of thinking, we continue to adapt this belief system, what's going to continue to happen?
Well, nothing will change.
There you go. The question is, are you willing to settle for that? Because most people are.
So, well, if I wasn't interested, I won this after 3 nights and kind of missed my dinner to watch the program.
But why now change? Because everyone says new year, new me, new direction from Monday. Like, what do you feel like has shifted for you now?
Well, I can't do anything about the past, but I want to change the now.
What do you feel like you need in terms of like advanced sales training to really get the results we're seeking?
Yeah, I think I need to, because watching Jeremy and watching the master at work, I see a lot of things that I would like to emulate.
Yeah, 100%. Now, that's what you want to learn. And I mean, like, how would you actually learn these skills best? Because there's different ways that people learn.
Well, I think by coaching and by practicing.
Okay. Coaching, what type of coaching do you feel like you need in place?
Well, I think whether um, you know watching um, sometimes by individual coach me along as well as maybe doing some homework and other things to
Sure.
work on some of the techniques.
Yeah. What is the, because I know you mentioned you really want to sell your business and you want to get it to like a certain point before you feel like it'll be like sexy for other business owners to want to buy it, so to speak, right? So for you, what is that income level that we want to be hitting for the business to be able to do that?
Well, we typically seem to be stuck at about the $600,000 a year level.
Okay.
And so, um, I want to get that at least to 1 million.
Okay. 1 million. What does getting to 1 million do for you personally, though, rather than just putting more zeros in your bank account after you sell the business?
Well, what it does for me is it makes it less stressful.
Mm,
It means that I can pay my employees more.
yeah. And what does that mean to you?
Well, it would mean that I would be less likely to lose employees because then I could pay them more.
Mm. So that's the top of the mountain, right? Which is like where we want to get to. There's always the other side though, which is like we don't ever get to experience that feeling because we continue to do the same things. We continue to stay down this path. What actually happens then?
Well, we're able to make ends meet, but we're not growing to the level we need to grow.
Which means what to you though?
Well, I guess it's frustrating.
Yeah. Because again, like it's something that is a choice, it's never a problem. The question is like, do you actually feel like now is time for a change?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, let's look into what we have, man. Do you have pen, paper, anything you write on?
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. It's what I want you to write down is the NEPQ inner circle, if you could write that down.
Okay.
Cool. Once you've written that down, what I want you to write down is the funding that's going to be required. So we have two specific types of these programs. We have the 6 month program and we have the 12-month program when it comes to the inner circle. Same context of everything that will be in the program, but there's two periods of time so you'll be coached by it. One is 16,000, which is a 6 months, and the other one is 20,000, which is a 12 months of coaching. That structure like could actually help you get to where you need to be.
I think so.
Why do you feel like it could for you personally? Your onboarding call with your coaches, where we start building that plan for you that we can start sticking to day to day, and then we go from there. In terms of the 6 or 12 month one, which one do you feel like works best for you?
Probably I'd say the 6 month one.
Okay, the 6 month.
Yeah.
Cool. We can start you in the 6 month one, and then we can go from there. And then obviously, if you want to upgrade and extend later, you can absolutely do so. How does that work for you, though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How would we like to go about the payment?
Um, so what forms do you take?
Credit card? And that's done. There we go. Cool.